Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. Boy, what an absolutely perfect day. It's like 68 degrees. It's October 21st, and the weather is just perfect. And by the way, the last debate number, well, it should have been three. They didn't have a second debate, as we know. We had that separate town hall. But tomorrow, and I'll be doing a video on this during or perhaps even afterwards, the third or the final debate, if you will. And the moderator is going to be able to shut off stupid Trump's mic. So that's a good thing. Okay, so getting right into this, I am rereading one of my favorite books of all time, by the way, James Parks' Icons, and the copyright is 1991. Okay, so I read this many years ago, decades ago, 1991, and you can see here Frank Sinatra, Madonna, Muhammad Ali, Lucille Ball, Yoko Ono, Frank Zappa. That's John Paul Sartre. I believe this is Charles Manson. And is that Susan Sontag or Gloria Steinem? I'm not really sure. Okay. And there are hundreds. The most interesting people, larger than life. Like I just open this up and you see Ho Chi Minh. Like there are writers and scientists and artists, Alfred Hitchcock, Peter Gabriel. I mean, it's just incredible. Now, there are three people who are not in this book because I guess, well, the three that I'm thinking of right now today is Joe Rogan, Howard Stern, and obviously the President of the United States. So at the time, I guess Stern was pretty big. You know what? Stern didn't get the media. The media, mainstream media, would not take this guy, give him any credit or whatever. Even though he would go on all of the shows and he syndicated his show and like the Letterman show. Forget it, it'd be like the biggest show ever. So Stern was big, but people, he was a fucking crazy rebel. Joe Rogan was nothing then. Joe Rogan really didn't get really huge until like 2012, with his podcasts. Anyway, and then Donald Trump, I don't know why he's not in it, but surprisingly, he's not. So what I want to say to continue, I've always been attracted to these larger than life personalities, right? Look at, I like what they call this, the hipster's guide to the 20th century, right? So I've said this many times, to my wife, like I always say, like, what is the appeal of this Donald Trump? I just don't get it. I've done several videos. Like, he is a cult figure, right? People worship him. Like, he would for sure be in this book, and I find, what I don't get is, even if you just hate his politics, you think he's an asshole, but you might be interested in that cult of personality. And I find Donald Trump to be the most boring person on planet Earth. I really don't get that special appeal. Like, you think of other rebels, icons, if you will. Like I mentioned, Howard Stern. I get that. I get, by the way, Howard Stern ran for governor, or was going to run for governor in the 90s, and everyone thought it was a joke. What are you kidding me? This shock jock radio personality. And by the way, I was interested in that. I thought it was funny. Like, the way Howard Stern would handle the press, he was absolutely brilliant, So it was kind of a joke, but I understood the appeal. This Donald Trump guy, I swear to God, I have never once laughed. Like, some people say he's a troll and he's funny, and I don't get it. I've never once laughed at anything he's ever done. And I've been following this guy forever, even way before he was president. I just never liked him. I just didn't really see the appeal, And so I don't know how many names are in here, like maybe 400 or 500. And some of the people in here, I don't particularly care for, but there's always something. Like here, I just opened this up. Claude Levi-Strauss, right? Okay, so, I read the little blurb they have here, and afterwards I go on YouTube and look at some interviews, perhaps a documentary, and all these people in here, and there's always something there, right? Like you can understand why people are attracted to them for whatever reason, agree or disagree, but there's some sort of magic, cult of personality, if you will. Donald Trump, I don't see it. And I'm really open to this stuff. I'm intrigued with, like I said, these larger than life personalities. So many of the deplorables used to say, because I'm so adamant about my visceral dislike of Donald Trump, and they're like, "Oh, you're such a pessimist. Why are you going after?" I go, "No, no, no. I'm open to all this stuff, that cult of personality. I just don't get it. I really just." By the way, their followers aren't too bright. That's another thing. They're not the deplorables. They're not the most well-read people out there. They're essentially boring as fuck, just like their stupid leader. So, and you think, like, again, all these rallies and ratings, all Trump cares about are these ridiculous ratings, like, oh, look at the ratings I get, and Joe Biden, which is absolutely preposterous. Like, dude, you're fucking president. And by the way, for what? What are you saying? I've tried. I've never had any sort of it's not like this aha moment, like, wow, that's kind of interesting. You're kind of clever in your own sort of unique, strange way. I don't see it at all with Trump. I just find him to be repulsive, repugnant, and boring. Super damn boring. I can't go through any one of those rallies in its entirety or press conference. I can't do it. I find him so fucking boring. All right, so what do you people think of that? Is Donald Trump should he be in this book, right? By the way, I've been looking for an update and forget about it. James Park, I don't even know if he's alive, but I've been waiting for an updated version, 2020 Book of Icons. All right, that's it, I guess. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.